Hey, what's up guys, your boy LegendaryyPred here today. Today we will be doing an advanced stagger guide. Please keep up with all the comments, the likes, and the subscribes. I truly do appreciate it. Anything you guys want me to do in the future, please comment down below. But yeah, let's get right into the video. For the advanced stagger guide, the first thing we'll be going over is regenerating your assist. So obviously when someone's blocking and if I keep doing all my attacks over and over again, they're not gonna just come back, right? This is because lockout in this game is now 30 seconds. Before, it didn't used to always be like that. In Season 1, if you just did your string, then you will get it back if there was any form of gap. But in this game now, it's 30 frames. So there have to be 30 frames out of blocks done for you to get your assist back. I'm going to show you guys a couple of my favorite tricks on how to get my assist back. It's different for every character, but for example, Team Gohan, I like to do 2L, 2L, back up 2M. As you guys can see, that gave me enough time to get my assist back. And then now I can keep going for mix, right? Now if I did it again off of 5L, etc. You can do this off of any button. You don't have to do it with just 2M, like you can do it with 5M too. I ended up missing my 5M there. But you guys see the point of it. It's also really good because a lot of these characters, not only does this get your assist back, this will also catch people fully jumping sometimes. So some people like to hold up. If you guys don't know what that means, they're basically holding up and back. They're just holding jump while doing your block string, but they're kind of delaying it and they're not doing it entirely the whole time. They're just doing it if there is enough of a gap, they would jump. So you can catch people's timing with this. The reason why I like this is because sometimes doing this is good. This is on the way. This is a universal one. You can do 2L, 5L, run up, 2L, 5L. But you see how it's a little bit harder. Like you have to kind of really run up on them. I do think both of them are good, but if you can do both, 10 times better for you because you're giving more ways on how to get your assist back. You can do this off of jump ins too, right? If I do jump in, walk back 2M. This is really good because, like I said, it gets your assist back, but it also catches the jump timing and it will catch people matching if they delay match. A lot of the time people feel like they can react and you cannot react to someone walking back. So if they have a faster normal, it's just really good. Like if I did back up 5M, it's really good for me. Oh yeah, in general, this is one of my favorite ways. Another way that I'm going to teach you is with Bardock. So some people have special moves that are really good for it. So for example, right, if I did the same thing, oh, I messed up. I'm going to leave all these messed up in here too. If I did this and I did a gut punch, you see how my assist doesn't come back. But if I do the same string and then delay my 5M and then do gut punch right after the 5M is done, it tricks the game into thinking that they're out of block zone, which they technically are. But since I'm not canceling off of my move and I'm waiting for the move to finish, it gives me enough frames to actually get my assist back. I messed it up right there, but I'm going to show you guys one more time. You guys see how I got my assist back there? That's also because, look, the move is a lot slower. This move is 24 frames, plus the stop. It basically equates to 30. So this is another way you can do it with special moves. Not every character has this. I mean, every character can do it with a special move, but Bardock actually looks really good because his is a plus frame move. Yeah, but those are the best ways, in my opinion, to reset your assist and everything. So yeah, let's get into the next concept. Alright, for this concept, I kind of went over in the last special guide, though it was more basic, but so I'm going to get more in depth on it right now. But, it is DR crushing, it's still really good. But, what I didn't get into on it in the last video, I'm not going to keep going over it. The link to that video will be in the description down below if you want to see it. But, the big thing about this one this time is, you want to know how your person takes DR. You're going to be like, why does that matter? I'm going to tell you right now why it matters. This actually, I don't feel like enough people actually look for this, but I think this is really, really good to know. So if your person texts with DR, that means a lot of the time stuff like, for example, basically doing this will catch them, right? And they're gonna hit with DR. So you kind of don't have to worry about getting 2 waves here. You don't have to get worried about getting 2 waves here. This is why this stuff is really, really good against someone that texts with DR. Alright, now let me show you another example. So someone teching with 2H. If you're base Vegeta, you're not gonna want to do this, right? because you get 2/8. So now in my head, knowing that he is matching 2/8 and I'm playing base Vegeta, I'm going to do this. Just because I want to kill him for trying to cover 2 options. Because you could still tech with DR with 2/8, but you can also beat the overhead with 2/8. So that's why people use it. They want to cover more than one option. But if you are punishing people for this too, most of the time, if people are attacking with 2/8, they're waiting for the DR thing and they're less likely to match because they're waiting for DR. So now since I know they're waiting for DR, I can do stuff a little bit more in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pressure them a little bit more. I'm gonna make them want to match. Alright, and if also people are attacking with the 2/8, this sometimes looks like 2/8 to people. So their hands are always ready, you know, like I said, to 2/8. So now, since I know where their fingers are, my offense in my head is, like I said, is more centered around, okay, he has his hand always on 2/8. So I'm gonna do stuff to kind of counteract that. So I'm gonna do run up 6M. I'm gonna do run up 6M. I'm gonna call my assist. Run up 6M, call my unassist. The reason why is because he's teching with 2/8. So sometimes this looks like DR. You're gonna be like, does it really? Yeah, it's not gonna 100% look as good as DR like this, but the run up animation catches it. Or even then, they're gonna think you're crossing up, and since they already have their hand on 2/8, they're just going to hit it. So that's why doing run up 6M is really, really good on people that do it 2/8. Now, for example, people that tech with light, sometimes doing super dash this will do it because why? They're teching with light. They're gonna think it's something and they're gonna hit jab and they're gonna hit by super dash. Stuff like this is all kind of, you have to kind of notice. So when I hit someone with 5L DR, I look to see if it's DR, 2L, 5L, 2/8. Sometimes you can't tell this one, but they do 1S. So 1S is basically just reflect, and if they get it, they'll tech the DR. I was a little bit more annoying because then you know they will always be reflecting your super dash mix. But now since you know they're reflecting your super dash mix, like if someone is always, for example, right? If I did DR and he techs, but now he did reflect OS, where if I use super dash, he just hits it and he gets reflect. Now I'm gonna start doing stuff like this, right? The reason is because you're waiting for me to super dash, so I know where you're tunneling and where your vision is going. So when it comes to this game, you always want to know how your opponent defends. Because when you know how your opponent likes to defend, you can exploit it in ways. Which I also mentioned in the last one, but I didn't get too in depth. Like, this way I'm telling you how to beat every single option, whether it's Reflect OS, teching with 5L, teching with DR. These are just really good options. Like, I don't think a lot of people I actually don't even know a handful of people that think like this when it comes to beating people on offense. I think a lot of time people will kind of just be like, okay, he 2/8 this, so I'm gonna go this. So basically, right? I think they think that way, but they don't think it entirely when it comes to run up 6M and stuff like that. Yeah, so let's get into the next concept. For the next concept of this video is how you press it. So you're gonna be kind of meaning like, what do I mean when I say how you press it? It's basically how you stagger. Yes, I told you in the beginning, these are some ways on how I like to get my assists back. Those are all good information. I wouldn't put bad information on this video, right? So, when I mean this is how you press it is, make sure you're not doing the same string over and over again. So yes, you can do 2L, 5L, delay 2M, and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to have the same string over and over again. Why? Because it becomes predictable. So when you are doing your strings and you're doing 2L, 2M, 5M, and stuff like this basic string, I did 2L, 2L, 2M, 5M, key blast, 5-8. So, alright, now I did this. Okay. People right there are gonna tell me the only difference is I went into 5L and then I did my combo. Yeah, that is the difference. But you have to think about it more in a broad way. So, since I did this string, I did one less low. I feel like that's also common knowledge, right? If you think about it, yeah, he only did one less low. But there's a lot of people, when they are getting staggered, they want to reflect. And if they know your timing, or when you want to stagger or frame trap them, they're going to have their reflect. Lows if you true block string them, they make it very hard for you. And well, you can't reflect. There's a true string, and it's a low, and when you reflect, you have to be standing. So if you're changing up your strings, it makes it really hard for people to reflect you because they don't know when you're gonna do your low. So for example, if I did 2L, 2L, 2M, that's really good, right? Now next time I'm gonna do 2L, 5M, 2L, or I'm gonna do 2L dash 2L, and then I'm gonna do more lows. More lows is just really good because it catches people from fuzzy jumping, reflecting. This is good. So you always want to switch them. Sometimes I want to do 5L and then go into 5M first. Now the next time I want to go into 2M first. This is because I'm always making them think on what button I'm going to do next. And by the time they're thinking, they're either going to pick an option or they're going to pick nothing. And then this is going to keep giving me infinite pressure because they don't know when I'm going to do my low or when they feel like they could get out. Sometimes some people get hit with one medium starter, and even if they don't stop, you kind of put in their head that they will die if they do that option again. So, like I said, if they don't want to stop, then you keep killing them for it. But if they do stop, you kind of just keep going on with your offense. So, like for example, with Lab Coat, this is very, very good because she has one of the most lows in the game, including with Nappa. So sometimes I'll do 2L, 5L, like these are all lows, right? 5L, but sometimes I'll do 2L, 2L, 2M, 2L, 5L, 2M, and then sometimes I'll do 5M into 2M. Like, you just have to swap it up because you have to always make them kind of distinct. So if I did Stagger here and then walk back 5L, yeah, that'll reflect me there, but I'm on a light, so I won't get punished for them doing 2M afterwards or something. So when you reset your pressure, just make sure you're doing it this. But yeah, this makes it a lot harder for people to do stuff. And now if you're combining it with what I told you earlier on how to get your assists back, you will actually beat a lot of timers when it comes to a lot of stuff. And they don't know when to reflect your pressure or how to get out of your pressure, especially if you're mixing up pretty good. Some people are more aware of this, and like I said, everybody in this game has habits. No matter if you're the best player in the world or the worst player in the world. I have habits. And Wawa has habits. Indem has habits. Akari has habits. So you kind of just want to pick up on these and kind of just you know, mentally destroy your opponent on basically picking on their habits. When it, like I said earlier, it's picking up how they take DR, how they like to defend, stuff like that all matters when you come to staggering and then, you know, pressing your opponent. Just because, like I said, you're getting them uncomfortable, and in this game, if you get someone uncomfortable and you don't always have to, you're gonna hit people now without always doing a 50-50. And that's what it was with Vegito back in the day. Vegito, obviously, he has same size sword, and this is all mixed, right? But you'll see a lot of top players and stuff get hit by this, or they just sit here and block this the whole time. But let's be real, who really wants to sit there and block for 40 seconds? At some point, you're gonna want to get out. You're gonna want to mash. You're gonna want to reflect. You're gonna want to hit something, and knowing when your opponent wants to do something, based on anticipating all the defensive habits when you are playing them. And you don't need a lot of games to do this. Obviously in the beginning when you are trying this, it's going to be kind of hard to do. But once you get better at it, you're going to kind of just figure it out. So sometimes it's like I said, Vegito mixing it up and doing this sometimes, or doing 5L. These are all catch sometimes, so if I'm switching it up, I'm doing my low one hit earlier, doing my low this way. Like, these timings will always mess up people. With Vito, he has reverse beat, so it kind of makes it harder for him. People to get out his pressure now. Yeah, honestly, you just have to kind of figure out what your tool is, but I kind of just want to show you guys a broad way on everyone. Yeah, honestly, like, if you guys want me to do anything else when it comes to Dragon Ball, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll do the same thing again. Anything that has the most likes, I'll do. I saw a lot of you guys comment on the other one too. Some of them, even if you didn't get the most like, if I really do like the idea, I will do it. So don't be like, oh, I don't want to comment because I don't think everyone wants it. Yeah, trust me, just comment. If I see it and I like it, I'm upload it. But yeah, I really do appreciate you guys supporting me and everything. I am doing this 100-day challenge. I do kind of want to hit 20K by the end of the year. So all these subscribers, you know, everyone that subs and everything, I do truly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see y'all.